Hey guys, welcome to the Marketing Coach podcast. I am your host, Angie Gensler, and I am so excited to have you joining me here today. If you're joining me live on YouTube, thank you so much for jumping in and joining me. And if you are listening to this on your favorite podcasting app and you would like to participate in a live recording of a future podcast episode, then I encourage you to head over to my YouTube channel and give me a follow, and that way you'll be notified when I go live to record an episode. So, today's episode is wrapping up my social media series that is designed to help you choose the best social media channel for your business. And I've talked a lot about all the different channels, and today is all about YouTube. Now, if you listened to last week's episode, you know that I don't really see YouTube as a true social media channel. I really view it more as a search engine. And it's a really powerful tool to help your content get found forever by millions of people all around the world. So, last week's episode was all about Pinterest, which is also more like a search engine. It behaves less like a social network, more like a search engine. And the same with YouTube. So, I recommend that you choose one traditional social media channel to market your business, and that would be between Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Those are more of a traditional marketing channel. And then I suggest that you choose one search engine channel, so either Pinterest or YouTube, to also market your business. And the search engine channels are a really great way to bring new traffic and new followers and new people into your business. And that's because with those platforms, you can use keywords and really find the right person and have your content delivered to that right person at the right time when they are looking for something that you have a solution to that your content can help solve. So let's dig into YouTube. So I want to help you figure out, is YouTube the right place for you to be marketing your business? So, the title of this is YouTube right for your business? I'm not talking about should you become a YouTuber and try and create videos and make money from YouTube for people watching your videos. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, can you use YouTube as a marketing tool for your business? So take aside any monetization whatsoever out of the discussion of today, because, and I will tell you, I take off all monetization on all my videos on my YouTube channel. So there's a button when you do create a video, there's a button that says, do you want to monetize, yes or no? I always say no to every video, and basically that means, do you want to add advertisements within your videos? Do people have to watch an ad in order to watch your video? I always say no, because my end game is with YouTube marketing is not to make 5 cents on a YouTube video for each view that I get. That's not the goal. And I think it's actually even smaller than that. The goal is to drive traffic to my website. So take off of those ads. Don't allow YouTube to put ads in your videos if your goal with market is to just market your business and bring traffic and new people to your website. Okay, so I just want to clarify that before we jump into this discussion. So, to help you decide if YouTube is the right place to be marketing your business, we need to answer the 3 questions that I've been walking you through in each video with throughout this series. So, the first question is, who is your ideal customer and where do they hang out? So, YouTube is really powerful because at the time of this recording, they have over 2 billion users from around the world. So, in last week's episode, I talked about Pinterest. They have about 450 million users around the world. YouTube has 2.3 billion. So, they have a much larger audience. And the audience is more equally split male female. So YouTube has a higher percentage of male users. So 56% of the users on YouTube are male, but that's a lot more of an equal split than Pinterest. Pinterest leans more heavily on the female users. On YouTube, the users all they do tend to be on the younger side. So 37% of millennials aged 18 to 34 are on YouTube daily. In fact, data shows that they are binge watching on YouTube, and users between 15 to 35 do take up 77% of the total number of YouTube users. So there is a huge group of people between 15 to 35. If that's where your ideal customer falls within, chances are they are using YouTube daily. In fact, in the United States, 81% of all adults in the United States use YouTube, and 51% use it daily. So chances are your ideal customer is on YouTube and they're using it. Now, even if your customer is a little older in the older demographic, they're still probably using it. Data shows that 1 in 3 baby boomers are actually using YouTube to learn about a product or service and help guide a purchasing decision for them. So that's really powerful. And I some people might be a little hesitant, "Oh, can I even get any, groundwork with YouTube?" There's so many videos, and I don't have the data on this, but I know it's a ridiculous number of minutes of video that is uploaded every single minute on YouTube. It's pretty out of control, and it can feel overwhelming. Sometimes you think, "Can I even, make a dent or make a mark, get traffic with that many people and that much content on the platform?" But data shows that the number of channels with more than 1 million subscribers grew by more than 65% year over year, which that's really cool because if you think about that, now again, we're not trying with our marketing strategy, we're not trying to become YouTube famous, we're not trying to necessarily hit 1 million subscribers, but the fact that the amount of people who have 1 million subscribers or more grew by 65%. That's telling you that it's very possible to grow on the platform. It's possible to grow a following and to build bigger. It's not just the people who are already huge who are getting even bigger. There are still plenty of people who are able to grow a good following and get great results with YouTube every single day. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. But first, I want to remind you before I do that, if you want to dive more into the YouTube statistics, uh, I have a awesome resource. I have a sorry, I was trying to think of the word of it. I have a link for you that I'm going to put in the description below and in the show notes for this podcast episode that has tons of statistics and data. So if you're not quite sure if YouTube is the right place and if that's where your ideal customer is hanging out, you can dig deeper into the statistics using that link. Okay, so that will be over on my show notes page. Okay, let's dive into the second question that you need to ask, and that is which platform fits your style? Now, this one's a little bit easier to figure out and to solve for YouTube because YouTube's style is videos. It is 100% video based. You can't post pictures, you can't post text, you can't, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. If you want to be on YouTube, you need to be creating videos. The other beauty of YouTube is that any type of video can work. With 2.3 billion users, there is a group of people who want to watch whatever type of video that you are willing to create to help them solve a problem that they have. So, as a business owner, think about how you can solve your customers' problems. Maybe it is a type of educational videos that you're creating or video tutorials. When I first started my business, my YouTube channel did really well and started taking off just because I was creating. I had like, I'd share my screen and I would show a tutorial or a demonstration of how to do something on social media. And those videos worked incredibly well and they were really easy for me to make. I just pulled up my screen recording app on my computer and just talked through the process that I went through to schedule content to social media. And I had different tools and different tricks and processes that I used and implemented. And I just talked about them. That's all I did. And I showed how it worked. People loved it. They worked really, really well. So think about that. What kind of tutorial or demonstration can you provide in a video? And it doesn't have to be this highly produced, hard to create video. You can simply do what I did when I first started, just turn on a screen recording app. I love Loom. So if you're not familiar with it, I will put a link in the show notes. It's Loom, Loom. It's a great tool. And it just allows you to share your screen. And if you want, you can even have a little video of yourself like in the corner of the screen. It makes the video a little more personable. And you can create super quick, easy tutorials that way. It's fantastic. So again, YouTube is the style of YouTube. It's all video, but again, it does not have to be highly produced, super professional, perfect videos, right? Um, just really use it as a way to educate your prospective customers and solve their problems. And YouTube, because it's video based, videos are just such an incredible way to build that know, like, and trust factor with your potential customer. And so that way they can get to know you on a deeper level, become more comfortable with you. They get to see you face to face, hear your voice, um, get familiar with your body language. And then, they start to build a relationship with you. And eventually, if they get to the point where they're ready to hire someone that can provide the service you offer or buy a product that you provide, they're going to instantly think of you. They're going to think of you as the trusted expert. Okay. So, if video is not your style, if you are very allergic to it, you're terrified of going on video, I want you to take a deep breath. It doesn't have to be as terrifying as it may seem. I know a lot of people are really, really scared of video, and it is not at all their style. And that's okay. Maybe Pinterest is a better fit for you. You can write blog posts and that will fit your style. That's fine. But if you feel like your ideal customer is on YouTube and that really is going to be the better place for you to be marketing your business, then just start creating videos that do not involve you. So, again, like I said, you can do a screen recording. You can maybe even do a demonstration where you're behind the camera and you're just talking. Or you could even have you behind the camera show how something works or how something is done or created. And maybe you add captions or some background music. So maybe your voice and your face don't even have to be shown in the beginning to help you get a little more comfortable with video, okay? So be thinking about kind of outside the box of how could you incorporate video if it's so not your style and not within your comfort level. Okay, let's move on to the third question you need to answer, and that is which platform can help you achieve your goals? So, with YouTube, if your goal is to become the trusted expert and to build a deeper relationship with your prospective customers, it's a really great place for you to be doing that. Because again, that video allows you to build the know, like, and trust and build that deeper relationship and connection with your prospective customers. It's also great if your goal is to drive traffic. If you want to find more people, new people, and drive traffic to your business, it's great for that. And that's really because of the keywords and the power of the search engine on YouTube. So that's like the perfect transition into talking about the unique strengths that YouTube can offer to business owners. And the biggest strength that YouTube offers is keywords. And those keywords, just like I talked about last week with Pinterest, those keywords allow your content to be found forever. And it allows your content to be discovered by new people who have an interest in whatever it is that you are able to provide or teach them. So, those keywords are absolute king on YouTube. And so if you get started with YouTube, or maybe you're already kind of into it a little bit and you need some help with keyword research, there is a tool. It's called Tube Ranker, and I will put a link to it in the show notes. It's called Tube Ranker, and it is fantastic. I love it. It's a great way to search for new keywords. And I use it to tag my videos. So you can tag your video with a bunch of different keywords, and that just tells the YouTube algorithm what this piece of content is about. And it helps it get pulled up in the search results for those different keywords. So that's a fantastic tool. I highly recommend it. There's a free version and a paid version. The free version is also it's really fantastic. I've been using it for years. But the great thing too about keywords and the YouTube algorithm, this is kind of fascinating. So not only can your content be found in the search results. So let's say someone types up social media marketing and one of my videos pulls up in the search results. Well, the other cool thing is that YouTube's algorithm is so sophisticated that, did you know 70% of what people watch on YouTube is actually determined by their recommendation algorithm? So that means when they get done watching a video, YouTube will recommend the next video and the next video. And if you let it, you can just keep watching video after video without typing anything in or actively searching for anything. YouTube will just keep recommending the next video for you. The great thing about this is the keywords that you put in your description and in your tags tells YouTube what your video is about. And if there's someone who tends to watch a lot of videos about your keywords, so let's go back to that social media example. Let's say there is someone who has just been really devouring content all about social media marketing. Well, what YouTube might do, they may say, hey, this person really loves social media marketing videos. I'm going to recommend them Angie Gensler's video all about scheduling content to social media. So then my video would just magically appear within their video feed after one ends. So it's a great way for you to be discovered and to find new people who are interested in what it is that you are able to offer and provide. So that's like the biggest strength that YouTube can offer. The second one, and I've talked about this a little bit, the second one is that YouTube offers richer content and a richer experience for your ideal customer. So if you think about this, this is kind of how I view it. A blog post, if you write a blog post, I consider that to be one dimensional content. And that's because people are able to see your written word. So they're getting the written word, your thoughts from your head by reading that blog post. Now, if you decide to then read that blog post aloud and publish it as a podcast, that would be what I consider two-dimensional content. So they're getting your written word, but now they get to hear it in your own voice with your tone, your inflection, all of that, right? Now, let's say instead you decide, I'm going to read this blog post, but on a video and but it feels more natural, right? It's not like you're just sitting here reading it. You are teaching the blog post on a video. So I consider that to be three-dimensional. So now they're hearing your words, they get to consume your words, right? But they get to hear it in your voice and they get to see it. They get to see your face and your expressions and your body language and everything. So, if you think about that, going from a blog post to a video, the content is so much more immersive. It's much a richer type of content and it's a very connecting experience. So, if you read someone's words on a blog post, you have to make lots of assumptions about how they said it, the emotions that they had, the inflection, their tone, everything. You have to make assumptions on how that would be expressed by them. But with the video, you get this fully immersive experience. So having that richer content is just such a it's just a really unique strength that YouTube brings to the table and allows business owners to reach people on a much greater level. If you think about it, 100 years ago, if you were selling something for your business, you had to go door to door, talk to each person individually on a one-to-one basis. And oh my goodness, it took a really long time, right? How long did it take you to get a sale? On YouTube, you create the video once. It can be, maybe it starts out as a one-to-one conversation. And let's say 3 years down the road, it's turned into a 1 to 1 million conversation. And you just took the time once to record that video to have that conversation. How powerful that is. So, what a great tool that YouTube is for business owners allows us this power to have one to infinite number of people to have those conversations and to share our message and to help people all over the world. It's really incredible. Okay, and then the final unique strength of YouTube is it does have a high convincing power. And so according to Google, their data shows that 70% of YouTube viewers have bought something from a brand after seeing it on YouTube. And now that doesn't say that, YouTube is what sells it, but maybe YouTube is what pushes some people over the edge. If you remember the data that I shared earlier about the baby boomers, 1 in 3 will go to YouTube to learn more about a product or service. So maybe if you have a customer who's on the fence, they're not quite sure, but then if they watch one of your YouTube videos that shows a demonstration of the product, or maybe you have a video interviewing a customer talking about, their experience with your product or your service, that might be exactly what they needed to set them over the edge to then become a buyer. So, those videos have a lot of power in convincing your customer to go from a prospect to a paying customer. So, that's what's super powerful about YouTube. Okay, so if you are thinking about getting into YouTube to market your business and you haven't yet, I want to just caution you first. Creating your account is not as easy as it should be. So this is one thing where I feel like Google, they're really they really struggle with trying to simplify the process for things, which can be really frustrating. So I will put a link in the show notes of a guide that tells you exactly how to go set up your account, because you have to first create a Google account. More than likely, you already have one. So if you have a Gmail address, email address, you have a Google account. So you can use that account, but then you have to create a YouTube account. And then you have to create a brand account and a YouTube channel for your brand. So there's a few different steps you have to go through. It's not as simple as like some of these other channels. You just, you go to Instagram.com, you sign in your name, and boom, there you go. YouTube's a little bit more in depth. So make sure that you go to that link that I've provided for you in the show notes with your step by step instructions on how to get all set up. Once you have your brand channel set up, then I want you to do some competitor research and start digging into what are other people within your industry or your niche, what types of content are they creating? What keywords are they using? What are their most popular videos? You can go through and see the number of views that they've gotten on their videos. What's their most popular video? What type of content is that about? Can you kind of reverse engineer that video and figure out why is it their most popular video? What is it about that video that made it work so well for them? Um, and then I want you to type in some of the keywords that you've discovered through your research or you think you might want to use. And then I want you to see what videos pull up when you type in those keywords and which ones really catch your eye. Because the cool thing about YouTube is you upload your video, but you can create a custom thumbnail. So it's an image, and it's an image that will show in the results. So let's say someone types in social media marketing, they'll get hundreds of videos that will show up in the results, and each one will have a certain image. They'll have an image associated it. So you'll see the image and then the headline and the description off to the side. You can create an image that's really going to catch people's eye. So you want to have your headline in there, maybe some flashy colors and designs and graphics to really catch their attention. So I want you to go through the videos that pull up in the search results and just study them. What is it about them that catches your eye? What headlines draw you in? What type of image design draws you in? And get ideas to then create your own thumbnail images and create your own headlines for your videos that will draw people in and catch their attention. Okay, so once you've done all this research, then I want you to create your first video. And I don't want you to overthink it. That is the biggest key here, okay? Create your first video, just get it done. And don't overthink it. Don't, script out the whole entire thing. Don't record it 10 times and, wait until it's perfect. I just want you to, if possible, record it once and publish it. That will feel probably very terrifying, but that's what I want you to do. When you are creating these videos, it's super important to take action and improve as you go. Our goal is never to be perfect from go. When you say go or you cross that start line, your goal is never ever ever to be perfect. The goal is to just do it. The goal is to get it done and then to improve a little bit every single time. So make it your goal that with each new video that you publish, you improve just a little bit, right? So each time, play around with headlines, try different video thumbnail images, change up keywords, change the style of the video. Maybe your first one, you keep it simple, like I mentioned, and you just do a screen recording. Maybe the next one, you try a screen recording with, a video of you in the corner. I'm trying to there we go. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm trying to figure out where is my camera at? Maybe you have a little video of you in the corner of your screen recording. Maybe the next one is more the style that I'm doing right now for this podcast recording, where it's just your face and you're kind of a talking head at the computer. Maybe the next time you add in all kinds of cool graphics and transitions and different things to really keep their attention and grab their eye. There's so many things you can do on YouTube, but I want to caution you, do not try to do them all from the start, and don't try to master everything from the beginning. The goal is to learn as we go and get better as you improve, okay? Um, okay, so a few final words before I close this out, to kind of wrap it all up. If you wait for perfection, you will forever be learning and you will never be actually doing, right? Because the thing with these social media platforms, and this applies to every social media channel I've talked about so far in this series, every single one of these platforms is constantly evolving and constantly changing. And it can be really frustrating. Sometimes I get frustrated. I'm like, oh my gosh, it never stops changing. But it's actually very exciting. If you really think about it, it's like, oh my goodness, it's constantly evolving, constantly changing. There's always new opportunities, there's always room for growth. It's fabulous. But that also means that if you wait until you are perfect and you've mastered everything, you're going to be waiting forever. Because I tell you, I the honest truth, if once you've learned how to master whatever it is, whatever style or whatever, you need to master for that platform will roll out something new and then you're going to be like, "Ah, now I have to master this. What the crap?" So, do not wait for perfect. You will be waiting forever. I want you to um, be learning and be improving as you go, but also be doing, taking action. Okay. That's the most important thing to take away from this whole social media series. Choose your channel and just take action and go for it. Okay. I hope this whole social media series to help you choose the right channel for your business and get started with it has really helped you guys. If you're liking the podcast so far, please let me know. Leave me a comment, leave me a rating, a review. It means the absolute world to me. You guys have no idea how much it means to me to hear from you and to hear your positive support and feedback. And make sure that you subscribe to the podcast or to my YouTube channel. And in the next episode, I'm actually not quite sure yet what it's going to be about because I just wrapped up this series. So if you have anything that you would like me to talk about related to marketing your business, then let me know. Send me a comment, send me an email. I would love to hear from you. And but I do know that the next episode it's going to be delivering value, and it will be some way to help market your business with more joy and more ease. Okay. Well, have a great day, guys, and I will see you in the next episode.